Yo, what is up, everybody? So let's go back again to finish these short stories for you guys. We're gonna finish Words Most Deadly, short stories to chill you, written by Katie Moore 13. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. Remember to check out the links in the description below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Story number 6. My name is Joyce Morrison. State your name for the record. My name? My name. My name. Oh shit. Seems I've forgotten again. No, I'm not playing games with you, officer. Just give me a minute. It'll come to me. Morrison. That was it. Joyce J. Morrison. A simple name. Joyce Morrison. Seems like it would be easy enough to remember, but when you've had so many names over so many centuries, you tend to forget some of them. What do I mean, centuries? Well, let me ask you a question, officer. Has that ever happened to you? Forgetting your name, I mean. Maybe forgetting your sister's name, your spouse's, maybe forgetting their birthdays, or your own birthday. Maybe you don't forget, but you say entirely the wrong thing, and wonder later why you ever thought that could be right. After all, your name and your birthday never change. Oh no, that hasn't happened? Wait, give me a minute, officer. Let me go on. Do you ever have memories that don't belong to you, just passing randomly through your head? A place you've never seen, a name you've never heard, just popping up apropos of nothing? An unshakable sense of deja vu that you can't place, or a dream so vivid and realistic you think it must have happened, even if that's absolutely, entirely possible? Do you ever have thoughts that seem to come from somewhere else? Someone else? No? Well, that happened to me for years. I had thoughts that weren't quite right. I was generally a nice person, so I thought anyway. But more and more, I was becoming cynical, apathetic, and sardonic. Have your friends or family ever pointed out a sudden change in your personality? Often one they aren't too happy about? That happened too. The aforementioned cynicism and apathy came a shock to those around me, who lamented that I used to be so nice. One day, the answer shot into my head like a bullet. That was it, actually. I had a dream, so unbelievably realistic from the first person point of view, of being shot in the head by a handgun in the 1920s. I heard the bang echo in my ears, my vision went scarlet, and I felt pain explode from one little place in my skull, and I jumped up and ran to the bathroom, pulling out a mirror. Just as I thought, on the back of my head there was a mark in the exact place the bullet had hit me. A birthmark, or a scar. That's when I knew. That's when I knew the truth. I remembered. Give me a minute, officer. What did I remember, you ask? I remember living, that's what. Living over and over again. And I remember dying. See, I'm not the original Joyce Morrison. Joyce, as Joyce was born. This body is technically mine. Well, not really. Nor is it the first body I've had. It's the 7th, if I recall correctly. You're not laughing, I notice. That's nice of you. I've had people laugh before. They just look at me like I'm crazy. You probably think I am. So, you want me to state my name for the record again? You'll have to specify which year do you want the name from. No? Morrison is good? Okay. What I am, officer, is a wandering spirit. I am cursed, never to go to heaven or to hell. Imagine that. I'd so much rather be damned than that, but unfortunately, that isn't an option. Every time I die, I spend years, sometimes decades, but to me, it's minutes, in some kind, empty limbo. Then, I'm shoved into a new body, like some luggage in a suitcase. It will take years, usually until my mid-30s, but eventually, I'll remember my previous lives. Oh no, I'm not joking, officer. If you want, I can show you the marks. Every single one of them. Everywhere on my skin. I don't have time for this. Just tell me what happened that day. Alright, officer, alright. But there's something else you have to know first. Us wandering spirits? Yes, I said us. There are many of us in this world. Are only reborn for one purpose. We doom ourselves to it in our first lives, and in our second, our third, all of them after, there's only one thing we ever want to do. I'm sure you know what I mean. Once I remembered who I was, I remembered my purpose too. It was all I thought about when I looked around. I had to go to work, a typical deathly boring 9 to 5, and I'd see all these people around me. It meant nothing to them. They meant nothing to me either. No one would suspect a thing, after all. I mean, do I look like a killer? Don't lie to yourself, officer. You see the killer in me because you know what I am already. You saw me on the street? If you worked in the cubicle beside me every day, you wouldn't see that. You wouldn't see anything. You would look right through me. That morning, it was particularly hard. I forgot things, I stumbled over my words, my brain was a mess of confusing impulses. I should, I shouldn't, will, I won't, I can't. How can I? Of course I can. Yeah, that happens. If you live the first 20, 25, 30 years of your life with one identity, that identity becomes part of you, even if it isn't you, soul. The not me that was Joyce Morrison was weak. It would never have done what I did. It was telling me not to. It was telling me to get help. Telling me to change my ways. As if. I had to destroy the not me. And the only way to destroy the not me was to give in to the side that was me. You call that side mental illness, I believe. Homicidal tendencies. The impulses got so strong, it was an all-out war inside my head. My hands shook with everything I did. Random memories popped up to torment me. I felt as if something were physically holding me down. That's where all the scratch marks came from. If you were wondering. I just couldn't take it anymore. I had to dig into my skin, pull at my hair, where I could get it together. It was awful. So, do you really want to hear the rest? I mean, you know how the story ends. It ends with Joyce J. Morrison shooting up 3 stories of an office building before running out of bullets. People mutter, wondering why I didn't kill myself at the end of it. I did. but I actually killed the other part of me. The original Morrison. There's only me now. I can tell you don't believe any of this, but I have proof. By marks. Body 1, my original, marked faintly around the neck. Dead by hanging. Legally executed for murder. Body 2, marked in the same place, also dead by hanging, except this time it was suicide. I wasn't used to all the internal conflict, and got the better of me. Body 3, marked on the lower torso, under the ribcage. Dead of a bullet wound, a revenge duel that didn't end the way I hoped. Body's forward marks aren't visible. Dead of a heart attack. The family kept trying to have me exorcised. I wasn't having it. Telling you, being a wandering spirit comes with some power. So, I used it. Body 5, marked on the back of the head. That's the one I remembered. Dead of another bullet wound. Shot by law enforcement as I tried to run away. Body 6 also has no visible marks. Dead from volts upon volts of electricity to the freaking head. The second body to be legally executed. Body 7 is going to be the third. The truth is, death excites me in its own way. It's a rush like nothing else. Being thrown ragdoll style out of your own skin, flying up, up, up onto the ceiling. Watching things spin beneath your fingers, or where your fingers would be, if you had any. And looking down the empty shell that used to be you. It excites me, imagining the sound of the judge's gavel, the needle slipping under my skin, the lethal drug pumping through my veins, my arteries, my entire body, and my heart, stopping it, stopping Morrison's heart forever. So, when I take my body number 8, there will be another mark, barely perceptible. A puncture wound, the forearm. I'll forget, and then I'll remember. And then, time to start all over, once again. I enjoy this, officer. All of this. Insanity? No, I refuse. Tell them I refuse. I don't want insanity. I don't even want a lawyer. I am guilty, and this is my confession. My name is Joyce Morrison. I am a killer. 3 days ago, I killed 15 people and left 10 more just barely living. And that's only in this life. Goodbye then, officer. You'll hear from me again. Maybe soon, maybe decades from now, when you're too old to hunt criminals any longer. Maybe here, maybe halfway across the world. You'll push this story out of your mind until the next time you hear of a seemingly random, motivationless mass murder. My name will no longer be Joyce Morrison then, but that is the name you'll remember. See you around, officer. That is the end, story number 6.